Guys, so today we are working on a Golf TSI 2013 model. Bought it and wanted to fix it up. The person that I bought the car from said it just has a misfire. So when I bought it, I thought that would be an easy fix. So first is first, I just did the simple thing. I changed the coils, changed the plugs. Swapped over the coils and swapped over the plugs, and put in my diagnostic tool. I'm using X2 M30 Pro. That's a bi-directional tool, and misfire counts on cylinder number 2 were exponentially high, and then the car would also pop out the cylinder height cord. So obviously when the misfire counts get to a certain ratio, the car will definitely then hide that cylinder. And one thing I must say on these cars is not only do they stop pulsing on the fuel injectors, they also cut off they also cut out power to the ignition coil on that cylinder. So after doing that, and after checking all the pulses on the wires, checking all my electricals, decided to go ahead and do a compression test. So I've just done a compression test on all the 4 cylinders. Cylinder number 1 definitely is just around the 150 psi mark. Number 3 and 4 are on 175. I'll reckon number 1 is on 160 psi. So that's pretty good. But cylinder number 2 is on 0. So what I've done is I've just put some oil on in cylinder number 2, and I'm gonna try and crank it again and see if it's sealing. Just want to identify where the problem is. Is it the top half or the bottom half? And guys, before I go on, some safety precautions to carry out. You need to remove the fuel pump fuse. Check online, I've checked the manuals and everything. They seem to reckon that the fuse is that 15 amp, but I've just realized it's the 20 amp just after that fuse. There is no diagram on this car to tell us which fuse it is. So yeah, you disconnect the fuel pump fuse. And also these gauges are good because they hold the pressure. It was also good to stay away if there are any other people in the vicinity. Just stay away from the piece of action. Those are just the safety precautions to follow, guys. So we are going to go ahead and crank it and see if we're going to get some pressure on that gauge. Let's check, guys. Zero pressure on the gauge, so we can assume that the problem is on the top half. We'll need to get an endoscope in before we pull it out and check if we can see anything from the endoscope. So this is probably one thing that you would need to consider before going ahead on the project. Is it the top half or the bottom half? Top half gives me some confidence that it will probably be a fair enough cheap fix. Not cheap actually, but fair fix. Whereas the bottom half would probably be worth just getting a second-hand engine from a donor car and putting it in. The car still looks mint. Very, very good. The paint work, the panel work, the inside is all good. So I think I'm just gonna go ahead and remove the head, and remove the head and probably get it done, get new valves in. And these engines will definitely need the timing kit, so I don't have one in my tool shed. I'll probably get one timing kit, and go ahead, I'll update you on part 2 what will have happened with this project.